Hey friends, it's Melanie Hunt, your Metro Atlanta realtor with the Hunt Home team. I am here to bring you the May stats. So I think we're here. I think we are at the very top. We have reached the inflection point. It actually happened maybe about 2-3 weeks ago, mid-May, third week of May, somewhere right in there. We're at the pinnacle. We're plateauing and we're probably headed back down. Now, when I say down, I don't mean necessarily that prices are going to drop. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that here in a minute. So first, let's get into it. So for the month of May, and this is the Metro Atlanta market, we are at a median price point of $400,000. That is up 21% year over year and up about $15,000 over April. The average price point is at $476. That's up about 17% year over year and up 16% over last month. The price per square foot, we're at a median of $190 a square foot. That's up 24% year over year and up $4 over April. And average, we're right around $204. That's up 20% year over year and up $2 over last month. Let's talk about the percent of original list price received by sellers. So the median was at 101.9%. That's up 1% year over year and flat over last month. And then we're at an average of 102.3%. So when a seller lists their house for $100,000, they are likely to receive 102 or close for 102.3% of list price. That is up 1.1% year over year and flat over April. And then median days on market. So we're at 6 days on market. That's up 20% year over year and flat over last month. The average is at 18 days on market. That's down 10% year over year. So, and 1 day over the month of April. All those numbers are exciting and big, and we're still dramatically rising in prices last month, and overall days on market are still really low. Things are moving quick. There's bidding wars happening, obviously, because sellers are getting more than their list price, and the prices are continuing to rise, right? However, when we look at, and I told you last month in April, we're getting more inventory on the market, but the absorption is slowing down a little bit. It was down year over year. We are seeing that trend continue. So for the month of May, we had 11,804 new listings. That's 5% more than what we had last year list in the month of May. We had a total of 11,998 homes for sale, and that's in the Metro Atlanta area, in May. That's up 16% year over year. So we've got more new inventory hitting the market, more total inventory on the market in the month of May. The pendings are down pretty dramatically by about 16 and 17%. So we had 8,622 homes go pending in the month of May. That's down 16% over last year. We had 8,211 closings in the month of May, and that is down 17% year over year. So months of supply or overall inventory is sitting at 1.3 months. That's up 18% year over year and up a little bit over last month. Last month we were at 1.2 months of supply, which is up. Those numbers are still incredible numbers, right? I think I explained in my last month's video that pre-pandemic, we were still in what you would consider a seller's market, which is when inventory is low. And we were at 2-3 months of inventory, sometimes 4 months of inventory, but still that's a low inventory market. I foresee us continuing to be in a low inventory market for a very long time. However, the buyer pool has shifted. A lot of the demand that we had has been met or has been knocked out of the market due to some of the factors. So an interesting stat that I pulled, because we use a showing system to track showings, our data allows us to see how many showings did a house have before it went pending, and how many showings per all listings in the overall market. So shows to pending was at 13. Meaning you need to have 13 buyers or showings happen before you can go. Likely you'll get a contract and go pending. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to be, well, you're only going to get one offer out of those 13, because remember I told you we were still having tons of multiple offer scenarios, right? So maybe we're having 5 offers out of those 13 showings, and then it's pending for over the list price, hence the 101, 102, 103% sales to list price ratio. But that number, 13, is down by 24% over last year. Last year, there was an incredible amount of buyers in the market. A, because housing was very affordable. B, because the demand was very high. We've got all these buyers coming of age to go and buy houses, and the conditions were great because you could go and get a loan for 3%, right? I mean, it's basically free. So the shows per listing is at 10 shows per listing. That's down 22% year over year. All of those things summed up: more listings, more inventory, less demand, less pendings and closings. Overall showings have dropped, but prices have not, and they are likely to continue to stay flat or continue to increase based on the low inventory scenario. Now, what I do think is going to start to happen is we're going to start to see 2 markets start to emerge. Back pre-pandemic, pre-2020, we really had kind of a tale of 2 markets. We had, it's priced right and it looks great. It's going to have multiple offers and sell quick. Then we had, and that was a good 30% of the market. And then we had the other chunk of the market that was either a little overpriced or there was something funky going on with it, right? And those houses tended to sit on the market for a little while, require a price drop, or just took a little bit longer to sell, and they would sit on the market for 3, 4, 6 months and sell through like 93, 94% of the list price. The average was that it would all average out to around 98%. And that's what I see foreseeing happen in the next coming years as we start to steady off and balance. I think we'll continue to stay in a low inventory position, deeming it a seller's market, rather than like 08 crash. Really 08 to 2012, we had an incredible amount of inventory on the market. We're talking 10, 12 months of inventory on the market. Keep in mind too that all of these numbers are averages or medians, and that's taking the entirety of the market and averaging it out. So every price point, every neighborhood, whether you're in single family versus condo versus townhouse, these are all very different conditions and different markets. But these numbers are the overall average in the Metro Atlanta market, right? So, the big question everybody's asking me all the time, and everybody wants to know, they're searching the internet constantly and asking the question, is the market going to crash? Are we in a bubble? Are we about to crash? What's going on with prices? The short answer is no. It's highly unlikely that we are going to see a crash. Now, the long answer is that there are so many factors that play into it. It's very complicated and nuanced. I'll say, is the market shifting? Yes. Markets go in cycles. That's just what they do, right? The housing market has always cycled in and out of a buyer's and seller's market, in and out, high demand, low demand, prices, etc. Overall, that curve has continued to go in an increase. And I do believe that we will continue to see that happen. So what's the bottom line? The bottom line is the sky is not falling, the market is not tanking. Is it shifting? Yes. Is it needed? Yes. As a buyer, it is still a great time to buy. It's highly unlikely to get less expensive to own a house anytime soon. More inventory coming to the market means that you'll have a little bit more choices. However, there's still not a ton of inventory, so you're going to still need to come with a very competitive offer. As a seller, what this means is that you might have missed the market where you could demand every single term and name your price tag and still get over that within 2-3 days on the market. But there is still a ton of demand. And working with a strategic agent that knows how to position you for success will lead you to the promised land of meeting your real estate goals. Everybody has a different need, and every house is its own market. And knowing how to decipher the stats and the conditions and position you for success is our favorite thing to do. We would love to help you in your next move, or just chat real estate with you if you have any questions. You can find us on all social platforms at Hunt Home Team or on our website at hunthometeam.com. See you next month.